All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? I am Is There No One Else? And in today's video, we are going to talk about the Cleric live reveal that happened this last Friday. Now, I wanted to do a brief video talking about all the different skills and abilities which are being presented on the screen for you guys. If you guys want to just watch them, feel free to pause and look at the descriptions if you want to zoom in. I'll also provide a link in the description to the actual Ashes of Creation live stream. I highly recommend you guys go to check that out. They're going to go much further in depth than I will, but I wanted to provide my opinion. I want to provide my opinion on the Cleric reveal. But before we do that, I want to be clear that this is pre-Alpha 2 footage, animations, graphics, these sorts of things. Things will progress. So if you like it now, if you dislike it now, they're at a stage in the game right now where it's not finalized. And so feel free to provide your feedback. They want that. There's a forums discussion where they're asking for feedback on the overall live stream and your thoughts and different abilities. And yeah, I recommend that if you want to do that, you should go over there and do that as well. And so now that we got that out of the way, let's dive into the live reveal. So the Cleric reveal, like I've said before, archetype reveals are very exciting for me because we get the first glimpses of combat. First glimpses of combat in Ashes of Creation, which is a PvX game. This is very, very important. If the combat's not good, people aren't going to want to play it. And so seeing what the classes are, seeing what the class animations are, how these different abilities are going to potentially look like in a combat perspective, plays into the overall feel of a class, and that's important. That's important for a lot of different players, myself included. Like how a class functions, how it feels, how it plays is very important to the longevity of playing a game. And so overall, I came away really impressed. I thought they did a really good job of providing different types of heals, different burst heals, different tab target heals, AoE heals, heal over times, ground-based directional, there's ground-based directional heals where you can put it in an area and then people can go to that spot so you can kind of direct your group into different spots for healing. These sorts of things. And so it's not just smart healing where you cast a heal over time and it just hits 2 or 3 people in the area and you continue to cast. You actually have to focus on who you're trying to heal. And I really like that. I really like that aspect. I also like the fact that they're doing a good job of alternating between cast times, having cast timed abilities, and having spammable based heals, because different MMOs have different types of combat, and there's been a debate on Ashes of Creation about how action-packed this game should be. And so some people want to have the more classical, WoW type combat, and some people want more New World, aiming combat action, there's just different types of MMO combat, and I feel like Ashes is doing a good job of threading the needle between the two. Providing the cooldowns, making you have to choose and make decisions, but then also providing spammable heals for people that want that sort of adrenaline rush of activating more skills and abilities if they so choose to. And so I think that's really good. I think if balanced properly, I think that's a great choice. Also, what I wanted to see is I wanted to see skills and abilities that had modifications to make good or great clerics stand out. Having a skill gap on any different class or archetype is really important to me, because then it allows you to, it puts a higher skill cap on your class, and you get more enjoyment the more you learn. At least for me. I'm not saying everybody's this way, but that's the way it is for me. And so if a class there's a higher skill cap to learn and really master, you're going to get more enjoyment out of it, but the more you play it, because you're going to get better and better, and that will actually show up. And so what am I talking about with this for Cleric? Well, they have multiple different heal skills. One of the heal skills was a quick burst heal for somebody that's at low health. Well, it had a modifier. The lower health they have, the more it heals for. And you could also, you can cast it and it'll go off instantly, or you can hold the heal, and if you hold the heal, it will actually power up the heal even more, and then you can cast it and you can heal the person for even more health. Now, for a lot of us, we already know holding an ability that way kind of leaves you vulnerable to incoming attacks in a PvP environment. And so the risk reward there is kind of cool, because if you're not getting focused and you find a situation to where you can potentially get one of these off, you're going to save magicka or your mana in a way that other clerics won't be able to. Like if you identify a situation like I'm not being attacked, this person's at low health, if I hold this, I'll give them a bigger heal. You're going to save mana in a situation that other clerics in that same spot wouldn't. And you're going to be able to heal for more because you have more resources to cast more abilities later on in the future. And so those sorts of abilities allow a cleric to really stand out. And so you don't have to use them. If you misdiagnose a situation, you can get punished for it. If you're holding this heal and the person you're saving for dies, like it's no use anymore. If you're getting hit by multiple people and you try to hold one of these things, you could also die before you get the heal off. And so it's knowing your surroundings and then also knowing what's going on and like what you can get away with. And so those things will come with time and knowledge of these classes. And I think those types of modifications are great. The reason I'm diving in on this is because the Ashes development team asked our thoughts. They want the community to provide their feedback on this specific thing. Are these different secondary modifiers of skills and abilities good? And I would say a resounding yes. If you want to put a secondary ability on just about every single heal in the game or every single damage dealing thing in the game, great. The more people have the ability to have more powerful effects given certain modifiers, if done well, it could be very, very fun. And so I like that quite a bit. And I thought that was really cool that they added that to heals. It shows that they're trying to provide skill into the support class, which, you know, in some MMOs has not always been that way. Some MMOs, like being a healer is just like you're the side bitch. And no offense, I'm not saying anything. I'm not trying to offend anybody. It's just that's just the way healers have been treated. It's just, oh, we need this. It's not as much fun as other things. Like you just get it. There was a point in the Elder Scrolls Online where the healing class, I want to say their best in slot gear was the same way for like 2 or 3 years. I want to say that their build didn't change for like 2 or 3 years. And it's just like those sorts of things. It's just, you want new stuff. You want to be, not only do you want to be effective, but you want variety. You want more than just spamming HOTS. And so at least that's my perspective. And so, yeah. Overall, I thought the presentation was good. They showed shield abilities, they showed damage dealing abilities. It has really cool gap closer that they're showing right now with a cool Phoenix sound, the Ashes of Creation Phoenix sound, which is kind of iconic right now. And so I thought that was great as well. Really cool, like the overall look of the class looks really good. Now, I don't know how many skills and abilities each of these archetypes are going to have. I know they said this is like a level 30 and the class goes up to level 50, so I don't know how many more skills. I would like to see a more fleshed out offensive kit. I know this is a support class, and they said it's a support class, but they don't want it to just be a support. And so I do hope we don't know, like I said, it's pre-alpha 2. I don't know how many more skills there are, but I do hope that there's a more fleshed out offensive kit for this specific class, for this specific archetype. And so that would be my one critique, but I don't even know if it is a critique because we're so early. Like we're just so early to what's going on. So, but yeah, we got to see Steven heal his developers. We got to see Steven actually nuke one of the developers trying to test the skill, which was also highly amusing. Feel free to go check that out as well. Long story short, there's a heal over time that if the person with the heal over time is about ready to die, this heal will save them. It's like an oh shit button. And so Steven used the developer kill button thinking that it would activate the heal. It didn't because it's a developer kill button, and I had a good laugh out of it. So cool story, bro. I know. I thought it was amusing. And so, yeah, overall it was good. You could definitely tell in this live stream that Steven has played a lot of healer in the past. Despite, going through the skills and abilities and everything, it looked like he just knew this more than other classes, which, was cool to see. It was cool to see an archetype played at a higher level. And so it allows players to put themselves in those shoes to see like what a class is. It allows that player feel, where you could be like, man, this is my favorite archetype. This is what I want to play. This is what it's going to look like when I start playing. And like that visualization, I think, can be really powerful for these sorts of live streams. And so I think that's great. Overall, I'm impressed. I thought it was really good. I would put it firmly. If I were to grade them, I would say the Mage so far has been the best one, stylistically and everything. Cleric is number 2, in my opinion, as far as the best reveals for archetypes so far. And so really high bars to clear with the last 2 that they've come out with. Leaves me really excited for the Rogue. Leaves me really excited for the Bard, these sorts of things. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to the other archetype reveals. I'm looking forward to stuff in the, honestly, just the nodes coming up in August, where I'll be covering a video on that as well. So yeah, I'm going to end this video here. Before I do that, later on today, Nice Gaming and I will be having a podcast where we will go through discussions on the forums. We'll also be talking about the Cleric reveal more in depth. So if you liked this video and you wanted to hear more, you wanted to hear feedback, you wanted to provide feedback, feel free to come over. I'm on twitch.tv/isthere-no-one-else. Nice Gaming is on YouTube, and you can go, I'll provide a link in the description to his channel as well if you guys want to go check that out. And yeah, every Tuesday we've been trying to talk for a couple of hours about updates for Ashes of Creation, and it's been a lot of fun. People coming in and commenting and, just talking with the community about how we feel about where the game's going. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to do that. I hopefully will see you there. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.